with beef to make him feel better. That was a hard thing to do, hard to beat. The horse laden with meat was one of the best running horses in the tribe. Makes Room shouted, "Hear ye, hear ye! I give away this horse and this beef to show my love for my little son, Bull Standing with Cow, just 3 years old. He was to have eaten of the beef packed on this horse, but for his sake it has been given to the poor." That boy, Bull Standing with Cow, was born in April 1849, between the Spearfish and Whitewood Creek in the Black Hills. His family was remarkable among the Sioux, and has produced more chiefs and headmen than any other Sioux family known to me. His father and grandfather before him were chiefs of the Minneconjou Sioux. His mother, Goodfeather, was Sitting Bull's sister, and therefore closely related to Four Horns, Black Moon, Looks for Home, One Bull, and other chiefs of the Hunkpapa Sioux. The men of that family were courageous, intelligent, generous, and fecund. They and their women practiced the great virtues admired by their people. They planned to make Bull Standing with Cow a great warrior and a chief, and spared no pains to bring him up to walk in the tracks of his grandfather. His uncle, Sitting Bull, took a great interest in the lad, who spent almost as much time in his uncle's camp as in that of his father's, Makes Room. Together, the two of them trained him for the field of honor. Bull Standing with Cow was early initiated into the horrors of war. One day, when he was 6 years old, enemies came to steal horses from the Sioux camp, which was then near the present Ree village. The boy heard the yells and shooting on the frosty air, and, after it was all over, saw some blue beads and a brass armlet, trophies taken from dead enemies and brought into camp. These trophies roused his boyish curiosity. The next morning, the child was told that anyone who wished to go and see those dead enemies might go in safety. Bigger boys were going, so Bull Standing with Cow set out on short, sturdy legs, carrying his little bow and blunt-headed arrows. Some of the men went ahead. When the lad arrived, he was startled. His two enemies were standing upright. Then someone laughed and said, "Do not fear, they're dead." The bodies, frozen stiff, had been propped up with sticks. The men egged on the boys to go and strike those gruesome figures. Bull Standing with Cow hung back, but finally ventured to go near enough to shoot at them. He loosed one harmless arrow, then scampered home. Afterward, he saw hundreds of men slain in battle, but he never forgot those two grotesque figures propped up on the frozen snow. The boy spent most of his time in active outdoor sports, running races and hunting small game. He was strong and sturdy, and delighted in coasting down the snowy hills on a sled of buffalo ribs, whipping tops on the ice, or in summer swimming dog fashion or overhand in the river. His pals in those days were all Minneconjou: Donner, the son of Hunt; Chasing Daytime, son of Eats with Bear; and Plenty Hole, son of Goosey, Touchy Loins. They all grew up to be famous warriors. The boys trapped foxes and coyotes in deadfalls, snared prairie dogs with a noose laid around the entrance to their holes, shot birds and rabbits. As they grew older, they spent long days on the prairie, summer and winter, from dawn till dark, herding the family horses and keeping a bright lookout for enemy horse thieves. All the time, his father, Makes Room, and Uncle Sitting Bull were giving Bull Standing with Cow advice and instruction, which generally ran like this: "Son, get up early in the morning, take out the horses and water them, herd them, and bring them back in the evening. Break the young geldings, and be sure to keep them and teach them to run fast. By doing so, you can get fat buffalo, and we shall have enough to eat. You should have a good knife. Keep it sharp and do not lose it. I will make you some arrows, and I want you to keep them, and also keep the ropes I gave you. When you go on the warpath, look out for the enemy, and do something brave. Do not make me ashamed of you. Study everything you see. Look it over carefully and try to understand it. Have goodwill toward all your people. Tell no lies. The man who lies is a weakling. He is a coward. Keep an even temper, and never be stingy with food. In that way your name will become great." The boy's mother also gave him advice. Said she, "Keep your horses, son.